Hey everyone, what's going on? Today I made a presentation that I hope to turn into like a little mini series or hopefully even a full-blown series and have it serve sort of as a baseline introduction to the names we hear often in media, and then take a little bit of a deeper dive into how these people came to be so influential and why their names keep popping up. I also hope to expand to historical people as well as people from all ends of the political spectrum, so if this week's person wasn't your cup of tea, I do hope you check back in next week and see if you're more interested in that one. Also, this was my first time doing this, and I was very nervous when I was presenting. I think it definitely shows, so I'm very sorry about the swearing in the beginning and the occasional reading of slides. Also, I promise to do a better job of talking to my mic like I am now. My two closest friends if they knew who the fuck Peter Thiel was, and they were both like, I've heard that name before, but I have no fucking idea who this man is. And honestly, I sort of shared this opinion. I was like, this guy comes up so much in the news and I hear about him so often, but I don't really know who he is or what he does or where he comes from or what anything about this person and why he keeps popping up in my feed and in the headlines. And so I wanted to take a little bit of a deep dive into who Peter Thiel is, where he came from, and why his views sort of hold sway in today's world economic system. That being said, this is hopefully the first of many videos I do of this sort, not necessarily of this wing of people. So if this person is not your cup of tea, please stay tuned and keep watching because the next one might be. Question: do you think that there are more dangerous / rich people that control things from their shadows? Yes. Well, that's actually a great intro into this presentation. Stick around for the second to last slide. We'll get there. Trust, we'll get there. So this is obviously Peter Thiel, given nice little headshot of him today. And this is him back when the story starts. This picture is taken in 2000, back before all of us were born. And this group of people is called the PayPal Mafia. Of the 14 people in this picture, 7 of them are billionaires. So I don't talk about him much, but I'm just going to highlight him right now. This is Reid Hoffman. He is the founder of LinkedIn. He is, like many of the rest of the people in this picture, a billionaire and extremely influential in today's world. Again, 7 of 14 are billionaires with a B. 11 of 14 are millionaires. 3 of them are undisclosed amounts. So that should tell you a lot about this group of people, and we'll get into quite the degree in which they have influence and sway and force over the world we see today as we get a little further in. But this is the PayPal Mafia, and this is Peter Thiel, front and center, our mob boss. So bro was born in 1967. Holy shit, that was a long time ago. I don't know anything that happened in that year because I hadn't been born for 30 years, and I don't think any of us have or cared. Sorry, boomers. Anyways, this is former West Germany, so think previously Russian Germany, but post reunification, so it's still it's economic things are turning around and getting better, but it's still not great. However, he doesn't stay there long. He ends up in California for just a little bit of time because 1 to 10, so earliest life, he's here in middle of California, and then goes to South Africa, apartheid South Africa to be specific, which is interesting. We'll see actually a lot of people end up coming from apartheid South Africa to join this sort of crew. It's a weird thing. I didn't know it was common. Bro went to Stanford. Bro's really smart. There should be no question about that. Bro is very, very intelligent. That should never be part of the debate. So went for Stanford for both undergrad and JD, which is law school. And while he was at Stanford, he started the Stanford Herald, which is this right-wing sort of libertarian paper and he founded this paper because one of the classes got changed from Western cultures to a multicultural study, and he was not chill with that. But this paper ends up being really important and influential, and the people he meets while writing this paper or working on it end up being sort of his crew and the people he brings from Stanford to keep going with everything else. And so, sorry, jump forward a little bit. After Stanford, he jumped around for about 5 years doing a bunch of random white collar shit, sorry. This is not a very PG-13 presentation. That is also apologies on me. I will be bleeping a lot of this as I'm presenting, I guess, or editing. But anyways, dude worked a bunch of white collar jobs before returning to California in 1996. When he was coming back to Cali, he was investing in his homie Luke Nosik's startup. Homie from Stanford worked on that paper we were talking about earlier. Yeah, that's how they became friends, and Thiel ended up investing a bunch of money in this company, which failed. Have a good one, Dor. But this is Nosek in the picture. Yeah, you can see he's chilling right here in the end, sort of by himself, but part of this crew. And that's a picture of him today. He is sort of the least important person in this group that we're going to talk about. But he's super important for the launch of Confinity. I can speak. Anyways, this is the company that Thiel, Nosek, and a couple other people from the Stanford Herald start and found. It's basically meant to be a security company to back the end-to-end transactions of mobile handheld devices, i.e. phones. Think, again, 1990s. This is pre-internet's like dot-com bubble era. But yeah, as they're going, they hire, well, they being Peter Thiel. I don't know why I'm out of breath and I'm talking so fast. Whew, deep breath. Okay. Peter Thiel hires David Sachs, who is one of the first employees of this company, Confinity. So this is all in 1999. Then in 2000, they merge with Elon's X.com, which at the time, Elon also owned a company named X.com, but it's an online banking services, not the social media company we know today. And so as this merger happens, Elon takes control from, well, not from, but they agree. And Elon's named the CEO of the prevailing company, which is named X.com. So I wanted to just throw David Sachs on here. Here's a picture of him today. And here's him in the PayPal Mafia, which also in this photo, I swear to God, he looks like Joe from Impractical Jokers. I don't know where this came from, but if you see it, you see it. Okay, so yeah, PayPal and Elon. This is, I feel like, a picture I've seen many, many times in a meme. Everyone loves to make fun of Elon's lack of hair. Iconic, right? So the one thing I didn't know, cameras weren't actually this bad back then. Look at this hand. This photo is cropped. This is the full photo with Peter Thiel and Elon sitting next to each other. But yeah, I thought this photo was also really funny because Elon looks like sort of the happy child who's full of invigoration and excitement about this project. And Thiel looks like he's out for blood. Dude is hunting. And maybe it's the teeth. I don't know. But this smile just is scary. This smile is we made a cool new thing. But this smile is scary because in October, so 5 months after, okay, sorry, really important context. Somebody said Elon looks like Murder from Impractical Jokers as well, which I honestly see. But this picture is taken September 2000. Like, important context for time frame. Companies merged in May. This product launched. PayPal is the X.com's backed mobile-to-mobile transactions. But then in October, they decide to stop all online banking services completely to focus on this end-to-end transaction in this new product they're launching called PayPal, which actually ends up being a good decision, but we'll focus on that later. But while Elon is out of the country, Thiel, along with a bunch of other people in that PayPal Mafia photo, basically staged a coup and kicked Elon out of PayPal. Went on in January 2001 to rename from X to PayPal, IPO'd in June, and by 2002, they were bought out by eBay for $1.5 billion, which 55 million of went to Thiel. This is, again, in 2002, 55 million. Huge sums of money. Also important to sort of note that, like, as this was happening, Thiel was turning around and starting a bunch of different projects. So a lot of these are happening simultaneously. But the first thing that happens is he uses $10 million of this dollar to start Clarium Capital, which is your standard private equity investment, investment fund. I had some pretty good initial investments looking at a bunch of stuff around I don't fully understand what was happening, but the dollar was apparently really weak because there was some oil debacle going on with the Middle East post-World War, or post-9/11, and so he made some good bets initially around the dollar and that whole thing. But when the subprime mortgage whole thing happened, in the 2008 recession, they were hit really, really hard. They had a bunch of assets that basically just evaporated into nothing. So by 2011, they had lost most of their money. By 2013, they were completely gone. Hey guys, checking in at the end. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to watch tomorrow's part on the Facebook's Angel and Objects from a Fantastical World. Also, if you have any feedback or questions, please leave a comment down below and I will try my best to answer them. Thanks again, and I hope you learned something new.